Libra. Happy New Year's. This is Luciani giving you your weekly forecast. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. If you like, any of the readings that are provided, click the like, subscribe, comment. I'm also going to leave some information below this video if you're looking for a personal reading. But let's get into this. So, Spirit Guides, what are Libra's messages for the week of December 31st, 2018 to January 6th, 2019? What are Libra's messages? Spirit, what are Libra's messages? Okay. Wow. A lot of arcana cards coming out. For sure. Wow. This is very powerful. Wow. Woo. Hello. Wow, I never saw so much arcana cards come out in one reading. That lets me know that this energy right here is pretty powerful. Libra, to start it off with, we have this beautiful energy here for you and your point of reference. Now, essentially with this is Obatala in Yoruba, but for this particular reading, I'm going to be, looking at the traditional methods. So this falls under the Master or the Emperor in traditional tarot. Somebody in your environment is like extremely emotionally immature. You can't really, they're really, just kind of like childish, I'm seeing. You're trying to get some things done, and, with them, it's really hard to get things done with this energy. Something for other Libras, this is something that you want to get started and it hasn't materialized yet. It's something that you've made a decision on, and yet, there's this wait time that has happened. Also for others, this is number 4 type energy in traditional tarot. So numerology wise, there's something that needs to start being built and mastered, and it's not. There's some sort of bondage to parents or some sort of injury to body or household that could happen. Also, this is some sort of defraud, some sort of inheritance that wasn't received, and you might be confused about that. You might be confused about this emotional immaturity that's around you. If this is you, still strong energy, you still do have that Emperor. It's an arcana card, so you have that ability to definitely go into that kingship, that leadership, that temporal power, that mental activity, and using intelligence instead of emotional immaturity. Or this could be someone in your environment that acts like this. And with Oba here in a reverse, there's some sort of unexpected surgery that has to occur. Now, if this is for the physical body and some sort of injury that happens to you, to your body or household, it's unexpected. It comes out of nowhere and you need unexpected surgery. For others, there's some sort of immaturity that you're battling with or dealing with in someone else, and it's causing you to be really sad about it. Here in the present sector, you have your Magician card in the reverse. Something yet again isn't being materialized. Something that you really are looking to get off solid ground and get it into the conscious world is not happening For others, there's an indecision. There's some sort of decision that has to be made that's still not being made. And not for others, you might actually have some sort of injury that occurred physically or through your household, what have you, and it's making you feel like really weak. Um, and if you're dealing with someone who's emotionally immature that you're like, sad about or confused about, like, if this is a money situation or a project or a career or something that you're trying to get off the ground, you're dealing with these energies, and it's kind of like it's cutting in my bottom line, it's cutting in the finances, it's cutting in my success with this project, and you're feeling like really weak about it. Or you have to make a decision to kind of cut this off or cut whatever this is loose. But let's see, in the future you have your Six of Fire and the reverse. So Six of Fire is Six of Wands in traditional tarot. And with this is some sort of delay, or there's some sort of fear of a victorious enemy. So there's an indefinite delay here that there's some sort of decision that's not being made that's really affecting you in a way that's very confusing and sorrowful. Yet and still, because of that, it's some sort of delay that's occurring. And yes, this is the Seven of Air in the reverse. Seven of Swords, traditionally in the traditional tarot. With this being in your feeling sector, there's some sort of good advice or counsel that you're like feeling you need right now. You're feeling like, I need some sort of instructions how to battle with this. I'm gonna clarify these cards just to give a bigger like overview of it. And then you have Shango here in your what's going to be accomplished. So yes, if you do feel like you need that advice, go get it. Tarot is definitely saying like, go get that advice. Your feelings are valid. Something's imbalanced. Something isn't really adding up, and you're dealing with someone who's extremely immature right now. With Shango here being the Justice card in traditional tarot, it's like you finally get this good justice that comes in for you. It's like right on time type of energy. It's like, woo, I needed this to come in. Because there's some sort of balance that happens. A legal aspect of money is a really great outcome. The Justice card traditionally in tarot is your energy, Libra. It's some sort of elimination of useless, outworn forms of education. Some of you guys might be going back to school, seeing that you might have to grow up. It might be someone who feels like they want to be a little bit more sophisticated in their field, and so that they can be prepared to make the decisions or have great contacts with individuals, or step into like this will and strength to get things moving and mastering it. That's something that's here for you. Also, there's some sort of like education I'm seeing. Someone to become well balanced. Someone who is, if this is you feeling like I have to get to some sort of higher trade or education or skill so that I can understand more about how to understand my situation a little bit better. And then that good advice, that counsel, that instruction might be school right here, because if you do, wow, it comes right in for you. This is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a wealthy card. You have an extreme increase that occurs when this happens. It comes very quickly. You have the Eight of Wands in the middle that's completed, that completes this energy. These messages comes in very fast for you. Things just start happening for you. All of these different opportunities that just magically shows up because you have put your place. This is the Temperance card in traditional tarot. This is the guardian angel in this Yoruba deck. And the Temperance card in that upright for your change sector is like, things are going to be changing for the better, okay? things are going to be changing for the better. There's some sort of good management here, working in harmony with others, coordination, just really, really, really high levels of emotional security, getting to the truth of some matters proactively. And it just seems like everything just really just flows very naturally. Um, this, the beginning of this reading, it kind of just shows you where through just getting that instructions, it brings you wealth, it brings you this increase, whatever that instruction is, it brings forth this abundance for you. Now, what you may be thinking about or recalling on is this chariot energy in the reverse. And what that essentially can mean is that you're recalling on a sudden collapse of a project. There was some sort of unethical victory, or some of you guys you were thinking about revenge for someone who really who's very emotionally unintelligent, and they really just are immature, and it's really cutting in your ability to make money or your ability to kind of succeed in what you're doing. Is called sadness and confusion. So the very end, as I mentioned, is the Eight of Fire. It literally is like saying, don't worry, don't fret, don't worry. Once you get this advice coming in, it's going to be very wealthy, prosperity for you. There's just so many different messages, letters, journeys. You might get something, by air, or some sort of like mail, unexpected mail that comes in that really helps you, and you had no idea it was an opportunity that came in. So you could just be falling in love again. It's just so many different things that are surrounding you that are very positive, but it seems like someone is like really in the way of your money or something like that. So let's clarify these cards and get a better understanding. Okay, so here, we have the Queen of Swords energy in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. There is some sort of tyrant. I'm thinking of tyrant. I'm thinking of someone who just has to have the last word, who knows, it's kind of like a know-it-all, but they really don't realize like how much they don't know. Some people sometimes this energy is like narrow-minded, intolerant, very ambiguous, full of bigotry. So yeah, it's like that's the kind of energy that you're dealing with. And then you have the Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so something that you really want to get started that's not getting started. With this Knight of Cups energy here, this Knight of Cups energy, yes, you're dealing with someone who's very fraudulent, someone who's very childish, someone who, just, it's like, can't take things a little bit seriously, and that's what you're kind of dealing with, or some sort of obstacles or deception that could have came up around, some kind of rivalry or trickery of some kind. So it's like really, really childish like energy you're dealing with. And on top of that, there's some level of deception or fraud occurring with that, some sort of obstacles. And I think you're at this point of now, this is the temperance coming out. Again, to clarify this open energy, the confusion is that it's going to soon be balanced out. You're going to start seeing that I need to start being a little bit more harmonious, or I need to like coordinate, or something is going to be coordinated in your favor. Because you're seeing like this is such an imbalance, and it's causing for some people, if this is an unexpected um, physical like injury that occurred, you're going to coordinate with some really great doctors, I think, for this unexpected like surgery or whatever that has to happen. You still find balance in what you need to do in regards to that. Whatever, I guess, obstacle you believe that this is, in terms of like losing a home, or getting injured, it's still going to balance out because you're feeling a little bit weak, but at the same time you have this King of Pentacles energy, so it's like you're at the end of the day, you like know that you have to be really responsible and kind of do your due diligence and making sure that you heal properly with this injury. For others, this means that you are being responsible and taking the initiatives because there's some sort of indecision or instability that's going on, and you just start taking this big time, high level, intelligent energy of responsibility. And as you do that, you kind of go into this magician energy where yet again it was the the Six of Wands that was in the reverse. That's some sort of delay. It comes into like this self-will mastery. You're willing to get your hands dirty now, getting things into in the conscious state of materializing some sort of power or wisdom that you start using behind this delay. You're just starting to like really see things for what they really are, and kind of just going from there. Now, what you're feeling is this Hierophant energy paired with the Seven of Air in the reverse. With the Hierophant energy, which is very interesting, is that there's some sort of unorthodox or unconventional openness you have to have with new ideas in your field, because with this good advice might be coming in and you're feeling like, yo, the advice that I need has to be unorthodox. The instructions that I need has to open me to some new ideas, and things of that nature. Because when you get to the Six of Pentacles energy, yeah, there's good justice, but you don't want to be charitable because you feel like you are at a loss. For others, this is blocking your blessings, some sort of unfavorable issue of an affair that you feel like it was some sort of stalemate. Six of Pentacles is some sort of unfairness in business. There's some kind of envious behavior, some kind of bad debt, but that's getting in the way of your justice. You're feeling like I need justice for this unfairness in business, and your spirit advice is saying that everything is going to come to pass. Using your intuition, using that energy of this Knight of Cups, where you have to see things from a loving way. You have to bear these messages in mind. You have to really have this, you're about to start getting advances out of nowhere. Your spirit advice is saying, you're about to increase. Don't worry. You know what I mean? I see that there's some sort of injustices that are occurring. For others, you finally get justice on something that was very unethical in a job, work, or project. With the Ace of Swords here, with this Chariot in the reversal, I would just maybe suggest just being mindful when you do create something, let it balance through, let things flow through. Um, I would say it's very important because you're feeling like there was a collapse of a project or some kind of unethical victory. Someone has some sort of decadent desires that really feel like you had to like be very aggressive and still like get this victory. Um, you have to fight for it. It's some sort of fight that you have to do because of some kind of unethicalness or vengeance or something like that. If you're seeking like revenge, then you have to love as much as you hate. You have to really have their armor on. Being a very I guess great force in love as well in hatred or some sort of conquest and activity, triumph of power. So some of you guys are thinking about revenge on this person who's like really slowing the money up, or like some kind of project that collapsed, or something that's occurring. This Temperance card with the Five of Swords, very, very, very powerful energy. This is for some of you guys. There's some sort of physical strength that you just get out of nowhere. And I truly believe this is a very overconfident energy. It warns you about overconfidence, but I believe that for some, you need that overconfidence to balance out what's going on, to coordinate better, because maybe this person is so immature that you have to meet them at their level of some sort, or you have to be stronger than their mind in order for this to coordinate. Maybe you can't get out of this situation. You have to work with them, or you have to deal with this particular type of teacher, or you have to deal with this particular type of family member or business associate. I'm not seeing too much in love, but if this was a love reading, someone who's very, very immature in a relationship, and it's just like you're just trying to create synergy and harmony in the home. I'm personally seeing this as business related, some sort of financial relations, with the Queen of Pentacles here in a reverse, with whatever quick messages is that you're receiving, quick opportunities, falling in love. For some of you guys, there's some sort of I would say just be careful, because there's some sort of trickiness that's along with side this. Somebody is being very neglected, or some sort of suspicion or fear of failure. Someone is very mistrusting. Don't not forget that there's a lot of opportunities here for you. Don't think that you're not able to receive this or feeling hopeless about it. There's a lot coming in for you. You just have to really, really be mindful of how abundant you are. The advances are coming in. That's your spirit advice. And yeah, you have really nothing to worry about, okay? So that's your reading for this week. If you guys like it, give me a thumbs up or comment. If you also are looking for a personal reading, I left my contact email below, and you can shoot me an email and I can set that up for you guys. Other than that, I'll see you next week. Peace to you. Happy New Year.